What's up, everyone? So, this video right here, it's kind of a remake of another video that I shot, but I didn't release it just because, I don't know, I didn't feel like releasing it and talking about it at the time. And then more stuff happens. Basically, it was me calling out the Conservative Party and stuff. So some of my points and stuff is about that, but I'm not gonna release that video because it's just I didn't have my thoughts together, and I felt like I was rushing through that video too. And maybe this video, hopefully, I take more of my time. I don't even know if I'm gonna release this video. I'm just kind of record it because I'm kind of tired at this point, and I just don't feel like arguing with people. That's the main reason why I didn't post the other video. Like, I was kind of tired of social media anyway, and then this stuff happened with George Floyd, and stuff is blowing up, and I'm just like, man, I don't feel like talking and arguing with people and being bogged down because, like, I just don't. My mental health is more important to me, and, like, I just been in my level of escapism, and being on social media right now is something I don't feel like dealing with people. I don't feel like dealing with people. I don't feel like seeing people like me get murdered. I don't feel like people trying to justify. I just don't feel like dealing with it. So, at the time of making this video, I haven't really been on social media like that because I just haven't. I think I went on today for like once. I haven't been on a week, and I went on a day. And like I said, essentially this is why I'm making this video, because I got a platform. And I mean, like I said, I made the original conservative video I made like maybe a month ago talking about conservative racism. But an issue I really have is like, well, I have issues with the Conservative Party, but I really have issues with the church in general. Particularly me calling out the white church, but like, I have issues with the Conservative Party. Like, I would consider myself conservative, quote unquote. Like, I have some conservative values. I don't know if I consider myself, like, I don't really want to claim I'm part of the Conservative Party because there's a lot of things the Conservative Party does that I'm not really for and not really with. But, like, I would say morally, I'm definitely more so conservative. But the thing about the Conservative Party is, like, the Conservative Party always wants to talk about they judge people based on, like, who they are or not. It's color of their skin. But I'm just like, nah, man. Some people in the Conservative Party are racist. Like, and a lot of y'all don't want to talk about it and don't want to call people out. But some of y'all in the Conservative Party are racist, man. And you need to check your heart and, like, deal with some things. And like the problem I really have is the people that claim to be Christian. I guess that's part of the Conservative Party, but you still are racist and you have these biases and stuff. And it's just like, man, where that love your neighbor like you love yourself that Jesus talk about? Where that empathy and compassion that Jesus talk about? You read the Bible where it says you can't hate your brother who you've seen and love me who you've not seen, or y'all don't read that part of the Bible. It's just crazy to me. Like, there's God literally doesn't promote racism. Literally, he talks about there's neither, Jew nor Greek, slave nor free, male or female, and it's just like y'all be like, that part of the Bible, I don't read that part. It's just crazy to me. Some of y'all just blatantly racist, like you have your biases, and it's funny because you judge people based on the looks and the color of their skin and stuff, which is because the Bible literally says don't do that. So, there's a couple of verses in the Bible says do not judge, but there's literally a verse that specifically says do not judge based on looks. And that's what people that claim to be Christian, specifically in the Conservative Party I'm talking about, but Christians everywhere, they do. Everybody does it. But I'm talking about the black issues right now, so it's just crazy to me. But like, my thing is like, another way you show is not really racist, but like, y'all don't care when it comes to a lot of like issues when it deals with people of color and race. It's funny because like, when it comes to abortion stuff, y'all will march or whatever, or y'all talk about that. When it comes to homosexual marriage or whatever, y'all talk about that. But when it comes to black issues, I see especially a lot of people that come to go to white churches or white church, they be silent. Obviously not every church. This, like I said, this is not everybody in the Conservative Party because I'm not about to generalize everybody. But like, I see a lot of white people, they be silent. Or they be doing that whataboutism, which I can't stand. I saw a thing today, somebody was like, y'all don't care about, y'all don't march about the abortions and stuff. And I was like, who? What people are you around that don't like I've been to the place. I've stood outside playing Parenthood. My parents did march on Washington twice. Like, what are you talking about, bro? Just because the people you around don't do it, don't mean people ain't doing it, bro. Calm down. But that's what I'm talking about. You want to talk about this whataboutism. You don't want to show compassion to your brother or whatever. And then, like I said, some of y'all always be like, the cops are always right, no matter what the cops, whatever. This guy named Amazing Lucas called them the OTLs always obey the law. So the cops are always right. Cops are never doing anything wrong. But yet, during the whole coronavirus, there was cops literally calling out other cops saying like, yo, y'all out here enforcing tyrannical orders that violate the constitutional rights. So if other cops calling cops wrong, they wrong. You know, I'm watching some of the stuff, videos, and you see a bunch of cops, and the news me is not going to show this because they're just showing the looters and rioters. You see a bunch of cops actually protesting with the peaceful protesters. You see cops out here taking knees and saying, you know, that was murder, that was wrong. So you got other cops calling other cops wrong, then that means cops ain't always right, bro. Like, and it's funny, you still got white people out here mad at those cops for not beating people because the media's not going to show you. The media's out here making think that everybody's out here rioting and looting, and not everybody is. There's a bunch of people out here peacefully protesting. There's a bunch of people out here peacefully protesting. There's peaceful protesters that are defending cops. There's people protesting giving cops water. Like, the media's not going to show you that, though. They're only going to show you the negative, the rioters, the looters. My thing is, this is why I'm not with Black Lives Matter. Like, I understand the sentiment, but the group I can't get with. Like, I saw videos of a person, like I said, the looters and rioters ain't just black people. It's a bunch of people. It's white people. Like, I don't understand why people are like, oh, it's just a bunch of black people, right? It's not, though. Like, what videos are you watching? Like, what pictures are you looking at? I literally see white people. I literally saw a video where a person was spraying Black Lives Matter, and a black lady was like, what are you doing? Stop doing this. You're tainting the movement. And they were white. There's a bunch of white people doing this. You know? It's almost like it's a setup. Really. Which y'all should go do your research. But, like, yeah, I'm not down with the Black Lives Matter as a group, mainly because I'm down with their original idea, and what they originally was for is for black people and the police to kind of come together and work together in the community. I'm down with that. But a lot of people in the group are just about rioting and not really, and protesting, but not really being effective with their protests. Like, I'm just be out in the man on the street instead of like, let me go to City Hall, let me go to police precinct. So I'm not really, that's why I'm like, I'm not really down. And then a lot of people in Black Lives Matter don't call out when people that claim to be part of Black Lives Matter are out here rioting and looting. They don't want to call them out. They're not out here calling them out and saying, hey, no, we're not part of it. Like I said, I'm starting to see it now, but originally when it first happened, like 2015, 2016, that's why I was like, nah, can't be about that, bro. But like, I don't know, my thoughts in this video are just kind of all over the place. But like I said, the biggest issue I have is with the church and how, like, this is a perfect time. My thing is, this is a perfect time to have a conversation. Like, now y'all gonna have to have a conversation regardless, like, because of the riots and stuff. And people protesting and just how big of it is. You can't just be silent no more. It's like, I'm not hearing. This ain't me. Like, because I know some people like also talk about, oh, just preach the gospel. Just preach the gospel. It wasn't just preach the gospel when it came to abortions. It was let's be legislatively involved. When it was taking prayers out of school, let's be legislatively involved. But now when it comes to black issue, I just preach the gospel. I ain't talk about that. That don't show that to me, that don't be like no unity in Christ. Because let me tell you something. For some of y'all racists that are Christians, ain't no racism up in heaven, bro. Jesus ain't just coming to save a particular race. It's going for black and white people. It's going to be all types of people up in heaven. Go read Revelation. John said he saw people, every nation, every tongue, everybody going to be up in heaven. Ain't going to be no one type of person. There's not going to be there's a black section, there's a white section. We all going to be intermingled. So if you got a problem with people of different races, I don't know what you're going to do if you plan to go to heaven, bro, because all types of people up in there. But yeah, like, there really needs to be a conversation, and some people need to listen to other people's point of view. That's what I said. I think the biggest problem, everybody wants to shout and scream, but nobody wants to listen to other people's point of views. That's why I said, like, I really commend the cops that's out here kneeling and taking and listen to actually what people are saying. Like, because you'd be surprised if you see what people are surprised that cops are actually not against them, and like a lot of them are agree with. All you gotta do is just listen, open your ears. Y'all gonna have to have some uncomfortable conversations, like I said. Otherwise, stuff ain't gonna change, bro. And that's my thing. And I don't like the people that say, Joe, just preach the gospel. Just preach the gospel. Just preach the gospel. That's dumb. Like, yeah, preach the gospel, but also go out and help. I forgot what verse in the Bible talks about in James, but basically the Bible, the verse says that if you wish somebody, safety and well good and good food, but you do nothing to help them, what use is that? What good use is that? That's the thing. It's not mutually exclusive. It's not just preach the gospel, but okay, well, I'm not going to do nothing. And like I said, y'all do it when it comes to other stuff, but now black issues, I ain't going to do it. Because I've seen some people like, well, y'all ain't preaching. It's about Jesus Christ. And like I said, this is definitely not just like a racism issue. It is, but it just isn't that. It's also a police versus the citizens issue. It's also a kingdom of light versus the kingdom of darkness issue because, Satan loves division and stuff and not bring about unity. But like, it's also okay to be involved. Can you imagine telling people back in the civil rights era, well, just preach the gospel, guys. Don't get involved with the protest because the world's wicked. So just preach that gospel instead of, doing the protests and sitting in and doing the marches and not being on the bus. Can you imagine telling women that when they wanted to vote? Just preach the gospel. Don't get involved. Just preach the gospel. Like, come on, y'all. What are y'all talking about? So that's why, like I said, me personally, I don't feel like trying to have this conversation to people and like trying to defend myself and trying to explain certain things. It's just like, bro, especially when you've been trying to do this forever and you've been trying to talk to people. And I know people always like to bring up black on black crime. Before I talk about, like, one thing about that is, first of all, no black thing is black on black crime. The media just says it. It's just crime. Because there's no such thing as white on white crime. There's no such thing as Asian on Asian crime. The thing about black on black crime is people are more likely to live with people that look like themselves. And crime rates are just higher among people that look like themselves. So yeah, if you look at white on white crime or whatever, white people are more likely to vandalize or hurt or murder somebody that's white. Just same with black people are more likely to vandalize somebody and that looks like them. That's just the way it is. But my thing is like, you always want to talk about nobody talks about me. I don't care about black on black crime. I'm like, this lets me know you don't have black friends. You don't hang around black people. You don't talk to black people because I'm just like, what? Because I know for me personally and all the black people I know, we talk about it. That's something we talk about. We talk about how the gangster stuff is dumb and how rappers shouldn't be out here promoting gangster stuff and killing your own brother and killing, like, I was like, no, we talk about that all the time. Like, Christian rappers talk about that. They've made tons of songs. People talk about it all the time. Now, that lets me know when y'all keep saying, oh, y'all don't care about black on black. That lets me know that you don't talk to black people. You don't really follow black people. You don't talk about, you're not really into what black people are into or about, because I'm like, yes, we do. We talk about that a lot. A lot of black people talk about that. Like I said, you just, maybe the one black person or the two black person you two, and even if you do have one or two black person, just because they're not talking about it with y'all don't mean they're not talking about it. A lot of times when they're talking about it to other black people. So that's just my thing on that. Like, I always want to be black on black crime. It's just another form of whataboutism, which I can't stand anyway. Because I'm just like, yeah, black on black crime is dumb. It is stupid, and we shouldn't be doing it. But we're not talking about that right now. We're talking about this right now. And like I said, black people have been talking about black on black crime forever. Go do your research. There's plenty of people talking about how it's dumb, and we shouldn't be out here killing each other, murdering each other for gangster stuff, and because we see somebody of a different color. There's plenty of times. Like I said, I've talked about it plenty of times in real life to other black people. So, when people say that, I just don't even want to even talk to them about it. I'm just like, that lets me know, like I said, you ain't really following black people. You don't have black friends. And even if you do, just because they're not talking about you doesn't mean they're not talking about it. So my thing is, like, stop with the excuses, church. That's my biggest issue I have. Stop with the excuses. Stop with the, oh, well, we don't want to get involved, or you don't talk about this, or you don't talk about that. Like I said, you're going to have the uncomfortable conversations. Otherwise, things ain't going to change, bro, because you're part of the problem, honestly. And like I said, I'm not about to sit here like every black person never does anything wrong and all black people are. No, we know there's black people out here that ride and loot. There's no black people out here that you do things wrong. So yeah, there are black people out here that, do out here that be resisting arrest. And even though I don't think resisting arrest you should be murdered just because you are, but there's black people out here that pull guns on cops, that out here doing crazy stuff. But you can't sit there and tell me that there aren't black people that aren't innocent. That don't get killed. Like, I think it was Phil Costello. I don't know. I'm butchering that name. That man was innocent, bro. That man got killed on camera. I saw that. That changed my whole perspective on stuff. I was like, that man was innocent, bro. But, like I said, y'all just don't want to acknowledge it. Now, frankly, like I said, the world, I'm not surprised with the world, the conservative party that's part of the world. They'll claim they're not Christians. I'm not surprised that they don't want to acknowledge it. Like I said, it's people that claim to be part of the church, that claim to be Christians. I'm just like, wow. like I said, the racism in your heart, like I said, y'all need to seriously be getting closer to God, because that racism, that bias is definitely be showing, bro. Like I said, it's not all white people, because I'm glad I'm starting to see some white people actually say some stuff and actually not be silent anymore. I'm like, about time. Thank you. Because like I said, we've been saying this stuff forever, and it's just like, pretty much if you not black or you not a minority, because even other minorities, some minorities don't like black people, but it's just like, we ain't hearing it. But like I said, now people rioting, looting, which sucks. Because I don't condone that. That's wrong. But it's sad it takes people to riot and loot for y'all to pay attention and understand what's going on, for our people to finally be like, all right, now we listening. And that's why I be trying to tell people that be protesting. I was like, look, man, y'all got to hit him in the money pockets. Not rioting and looting, but y'all got to protest in a way that's going to hit them in that money pockets, you know? You know, businesses, don't be hiring police. Do private security. You know, I've seen some businesses do that where like, I'm no longer hiring this police force and this, I'll do private security. Or like I said, go to city hall, town hall and protest. You know, make sure they don't get no sleep. You know, go to police seats and protest. Go to governor people that have the power and protest. Not just out on the middle of the street. Because while I think, hey, you can do whatever you want, protests are cool. But I'm just like, to me, I see me protesting out in the middle of the streets kind of pointless. Because I'm just like, I mean, yeah, you inconvenience people, but people just like, all right, whatever, I'm going to go about my business. Where if you know, go down where people actually have power and do something about it, you know, it does something. So, I don't know. This just lets me know that, you know, the Bible said all this stuff was going to happen anyway. There's going to be lawlessness throughout the land and stuff. And like I said, the Bible's unfolding right before our eyes with the whole coronavirus. I have been saying, which has been interesting. Now that everybody out here, like I said, we should be seeing spikes in the coronavirus, because since that was such a big deal, people out here looting, rioting with so many other people, the media ain't talking about how there's been increases of spikes in coronavirus, which is interesting, because remember, they're all like, social distancing, you got to stay away from each other. But now all these people out here with each other, should be a bunch of people that's sick. If, you know, like a month or two, there ain't a bunch of people coming out with the coronavirus, that let you know right here that maybe the coronavirus wasn't as big as a deal as the media made it seem like it was. So that's all I'm saying, because people out here together, rioting and looting, I'm just like, sound like a setup to me. Like I said, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but a lot of this stuff, Bible talks about wickedness in high places. A lot of this stuff is set up. Like I said, even the rioters and the looters set up. But yeah, man, like, I'm kind of glad, like, I'm not glad about the rioting and looting, but I'm kind of glad, like, people are now forced to have these uncomfortable conversations, because it's like, man, you can't really ignore it now. So, but yeah, just keep being in your word, guys. Like I said, have God check your heart, no matter what color you are, because it doesn't matter. Like I said, we're all the same in Jesus Christ. You know, I acknowledge my difference. For me, I'm thinking, you know, we're different. We're all equal in Jesus Christ. Like, my thing is, I don't like when people say I don't see color, because I'm just like, no, see my color. I'm different from you, but we're still the same in Jesus Christ. I say embrace our differences. That's all I mean. But like, yeah, check your heart. Have conversations with each other. Try to do better. Like I said, we need to try to come together in the body of Christ. And I know this video is probably mad long, so like I said, it might get posted, it might not. I don't know. But like I said, this is the perfect time for the church to be preaching about Jesus. Like I said, having those conversations, listening to people, empathizing with people, leading people to Jesus Christ is the perfect time to do that. So yeah, get in your word, be with God. You're going to go out and protest, like I said, especially if you're a Christian. Tell people about Jesus. This is the time to do it, man. So, is he coming back? Jesus coming back. It's inevitable. We coming back. And either you're going to be saved and go with him, or you're not. You're going to go to hell. So, yeah, repent, come to Jesus. All right, guys. Peace out.